Tonight with Sarah Cahill from Dairy Farmers of Manitoba, and we are making the dairy best brunches you could possibly imagine. We just had those amazing pancakes made with oats and of course wonderful milk, and now we're doing our eggs Benedict with a twist. So it's all about, well, the eggs are an important part of it too, right? But it's all really about the sauce. We're not actually doing a traditional hollandaise sauce though. Tonight, tell us about what we are doing.
So we are maintaining a lot of the elements that are so delicious about eggs Benedict, but you're right, we're not doing a hollandaise sauce. We're actually going to make a bechamel sauce, which is basically a white sauce. We're going to add some really tasty Parmesan cheese to give it some nice flavor, and then we're going to build it using a few other non-traditional elements.
All right.
So let's get started on that sauce.
Sounds good.
So we've got some butter that we've melted, and we're going to make a roux. So roux is equal parts butter and flour, so we're going to add the flour to that.
I'm just going to remind you, you may already know this, but you're actually the one who really taught me to make a good roux. The very first year that I was part of the show, yeah, it was like, because I was like scared. It's always, mine was always lumpy.
And
now it's not anymore.
Now
you know, I feel, especially with you standing here beside me, what could go wrong?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we do it together, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this year you're in charge of whisking. We're going to add the milk. So the trick is, with not having lumps, is to be patient and add just a little bit of milk
slowly.
at the time. So that's really a really hot pan, but that's okay.
Yeah, this
so
oven is
we're going to just keep adding a little bit at a time. You're going to get a pretty pasty looking mixture there, but that's the way to get the lumps out. And so you're going to get a nice smooth paste.
How am I
doing? A bit of an arm workout in there as well. And then once you see that the consistency is starting to become the same, you're not seeing any lumps in there, that's when you basically add the rest of your milk. There's quite a bit of milk in this because it is a bit of a thinner sauce. It's going to be about the same sort of consistency as a hollandaise sauce, which is a thinner, but creamy sauce.
Which is exactly what you want, because you don't want anything too runny.
That's right. You want it to stick to your eggs and be something you can dip into. Okay, so we're getting there. So I'm going to pour the rest of the milk in.
Okay.
And so you're just going to keep whisking.
On going.
And then you're going to keep cooking, and slowly but surely it will thicken up.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you bring it to a boil, you keep stirring, it thickens up, and then you have something that looks like what we've got over here.
Yeah.
So you've got a nice thick white sauce.
That's kind of the finished product there.
This is, well, it's not quite. We're going to finish it off with a little bit of flavoring.
Oh, yeah, you're going to add this, all your fancy stuff.
So we'll turn this one off. Okay. And so then we're going to add a little bit of mustard powder.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just a dry mustard powder. A teeny little bit of salt.
So that mustard added a little bit of nice color in there as well.
Yeah. And some Parmesan cheese. This is just some grated Parmesan cheese. So we're going to add that in there as well.
A little zip.
A little zip. It's just a little bit of cheese, but it makes it so tasty. That to me is the charm in this sauce. That's what makes it a little bit different. I like hot sauce. This is a flavorful one. It's not really spicy. You know, it's optional. You don't have to add hot sauce, but just a couple drops just to add a little bit more flavor. How much do you put when if these are your eggs Benedict with the twist? I would probably just put about 4 or 5 drops in there. Which is, you know, it's not too bad, but then it will turn your sauce a little bit pinky, which is kind of strange, right? So you want to sort of...
It's got a bit of a wild side, this one.
That's right, make it hot.
All right.
So it looks like our Parmesan cheese is really nicely melted in there. So let's turn our element off and let's build these eggs Benedict.
Let's.
Yes, so something else that's a little bit non-traditional that we're adding the twist on is we're going to use rye bread. So we've toasted rye bread. We wanted to make this really accessible to people, something they could make, you know, using ingredients they have in their fridge. Rye bread.
Well, and I guess that being said, if you don't have rye bread, but some other kind of bread, you can just use that, right?
Absolutely. Toast is what we're looking for here, right?
Perfect.
So we are going to use a little bit of ham at the bottom. So again, you know, this is just sort of like ham that you have left over, or perhaps deli meat or something. Let's do like this.
Or bacon.
Bacon, whatever you have in the house. Avocado.
I love that. Now that's actually something, and I love avocado on pretty much everything, but I never thought to put it on eggs Benedict, and it's like, okay, there's a great idea. The texture of it, right? It's always adding something so amazing.
So delicious, and it adds more creaminess to it, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Tomato, if you like tomatoes.
Love.
Yeah. Then we can also get these in season oftentimes in Manitoba.
Sometimes.
Right?
Lucky.
Okay. Last but not least, our eggs.
All right, so
these,
I'm curious about, because poaching eggs is not always the easiest thing in the world to do. I've actually kind of figured it out. I have it down to, I won't say a science, but a soft science. Like most of the time they work out. But you were saying that it's something that sometimes you just don't even bother with that.
Yeah, you know, it's something I'm working on. I'll be the first to admit I'm not an expert at poaching eggs. I usually use either like basted eggs or over hard or over easy. It's whatever kind of egg you like,
right?
You know, and put it on there.
Again, we just want to make it easy, and so that you're not like breaking into into a sweat
Right.
thinking about
Like, I'm not going to
breakfast.
do this because I don't know how to poach
Exactly.
eggs. That would be really a shame
That would
not
be
to
sad.
make it for that,
Right,
right?
we don't want that.
So we've got the whole thing assembled here. So now we're going to put our sauce on
You know what?
top.
Actually, before you do that, I'm just gonna have a little. Oh wait, we were gonna use the ladle for that. Why don't when you're putting that on, I'm gonna just. Can I have a little?
Yeah,
taste? Is
please
that
do.
all right?
Just
'Cause I'm
watch. It looks
curious.
really hot there.
Yeah,
So
it
I
is.
will ladle this on.
Parmesan cheese, just like boom.
Yeah.
But not too much.
So
Oh,
we'll drip that on.
that is so good.
And of course,
Look
a little
at
bit
that.
of garnish on top of that. We're gonna add some chives just to make it look pretty.
Oh, Sarah, you've done it again.
There we go.
How magnificent is that?
Yeah.
Come on over for brunch anytime. Actually, when we come back on Great Tastes of Manitoba, we're going to do strawberry cream scones. Oh, you're not going anywhere. Stay with us here on Great Tastes of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Enjoy responsibly.